Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allincrypto here, and welcome back, guys, for what is going to be another jam-packed daily cryptocurrency market update. And we are hoping to be offering a beacon of light in this video in regards to the current pullback that we're seeing. The bull run is unfortunately cancelled, guys. I am just kidding. We're going to be taking a look at all that in this video. And as always, if you are new to this channel and finding yourself on my videos for the first time today, don't forget to check out that subscribe button, because we drop an update just like this one around 1 p.m. UK time every single day to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening within the crypto space, but also the broader markets. And that is exactly what we intend on doing in this video. We are going to be starting the video off by looking at some Satoshi news. Now, the infamous Craig Wright has been pretending to be and claiming to be Satoshi for a long time now. And I don't really think anybody was buying it, but anybody that kind of went against him typically got hit with a lawsuit. What Bitcoin did, podcast founder and host Pete McCormack was certainly a victim of all that. However, yesterday, a judge ruled, to my delight and many other people's delight in the cryptocurrency space, that the self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor is not Satoshi Nakamoto. And this was officially ruled by a UK judge. Can we get a like in the chat? We're not in the chat. This isn't live. You know, this is great. This guy has been pretending to be Satoshi for a hell of a long time whilst bad-mouthing Bitcoin. It was quite clear to me and many others that he actually isn't Satoshi, wasn't Satoshi. And we do have a judge ruling this now. So actually quite a good day. You can see the chief legal officer over at Coinbase weighing in on this. Enough of this. The Honourable Court has resolved this farce once and for all. Apologize, Mr. Wright, to every developer, builder, and Bitcoin community member who you harassed and bullied with your lies and false demands. Apologies now. So this is fantastic for the cryptocurrency market at large. I would have been gutted if Craig Wright... I have this kind of almost cabal-esque story in regards to Bitcoin. You know, I think the origins of Bitcoin aren't the ones that we've been told. I don't believe in the Satoshi narrative, that Satoshi was one guy or even a group of people that were, you know, doing this for maybe the benefit of humanity, which sounds insane, because I do think Bitcoin has brought with it many benefits to humanity. But I happen to think that the same people that are always behind the monetary system and the shifts, and they always caused the issue, like in 1907, and then they came up with the Federal Reserve. I always think the people that sort of roll over new monetary systems, it's no, do you really think that the people at the central banks are that incompetent that they proliferated and destroyed their system to this degree, knowingly doing it? I don't believe so. I think that they are doing this on purpose so they can usher in a new system which involves CBDCs and digital currencies, and Bitcoin has a role to play in that. Just my own 2 cents, but certainly great news that Craig Wright is not Satoshi. And let's talk about what's happening right now, because Bitcoin and the broader crypto space is going through a pullback, and we hope to offer you guys a beacon of light in what is a dark time for some, and it really shouldn't be. You know, when you look at the Bitcoin chart, this has followed the technical roadmap, and we think is going to continue to do so and see Bitcoin go to 150K that we've set out for it. Damn near perfectly. Now, you've got to remember, Bitcoin took its new all-time high, and it's very common, just like when you break a key neckline, that you consolidate before moving on to higher ground. And that is essentially what Bitcoin is doing. It always amazes me, the kind of emotions that show up in the crypto space whenever there's a pullback. Yes, altcoins get hit significantly, but this is the nature of the beast that you are dealing with. And you guys will know that we are big advocates for the fact that normal people, and I'm a normal sort of normal person, I guess. I guess that's up for debate. Shouldn't be trading this damn market. Do not leverage trade the cryptocurrency space, because you'll have a great time, and then you'll have a time like right here where altcoins get hit, you know, over the course of a week, 10, 20, 30%. And if you have any kind of leverage on those trades, you will lose your money. I do trade the markets, but I've been trading them for years. I study under who I believe is one of the greatest marketeers and traders of all time. He goes by the Market Sniper. You'll all be familiar with him, I'm sure. And I've been doing this for years, and I would say I do okay from it. But that has come with some very hard lessons. And actually, I think people always try and chase insane gains with leverage trading. And it's great if you get it right. It's destroying if you get it wrong. And the management of that is the key. So I think most people should just be that watch this channel investment long, and you'll do just fine. Look at how well things have gone for us thus far, and we think there's a lot more of the bull market to come. But this is what we're looking at. There's no need to panic. This is just a pullback, a due pullback in regards to the broader trend that we're now in, which is an uptrend, and there's no reason to panic whatsoever, in my opinion. You know, you've taken out a high, you're consolidating around it. Bitcoin has been putting in structure that was uneasy, to say the least. You know, you can see this is a rising wedge. You have identifiable in that rising wedge 3 impulses. You can see the marginally higher high here before you spill to the downside of it, and you take the underbelly of the SMA, which is simple moving average. There is definitely the scope for a further correction. You also had Ethereum, which was sort of rounding out and topping off. This will fix itself eventually. And do not look a gift horse in the mouth. If you are looking to get into altcoins, if you still have money on the side, this is personally what I'm doing. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'd be throwing it into the market and this pullback. And I wouldn't be too greedy because this is a bull and this will resolve. I can't believe I'm seeing people like Capo claiming victory again. And you know, it's just madness how you have bears that have been wrong for the last 2 years, insanely wrong, now claiming victory at every small pullback. This one's no different. But the reality of this one is if you compare it to the broader trend that we're in, there's absolutely no need to panic. And we do have the macro picture that we think supports not only Bitcoin, but risk assets generally. And it's no surprise, actually, that the dollar is being strong under this down period for Bitcoin. Just to show you that, I did a Patreon update on Wednesday. We are going to be reopening the Patreon up, guys. We get a lot of questions. We are still a part of the macro story. This is the Dixie. Let's pop Bitcoin on. You can see this, right? Look at the correlation here. And this was a combination of things. Not only is the Dixie at support, and it's respecting that support, and it's had a bounce off of it. You also had slightly higher than expected CPI or roundabout expectations. And you've had a number of other things that have kind of came into play. And we are still a part of that macro tide. We are still a part of that macroeconomic environment. And Bitcoin isn't going to escape that. It's going to have these harsh pullbacks. Again, it's why you should not be trading this market with any kind of leverage as a retail investor. Don't do it. Buy your crypto, hold it, understand and get on side of the bigger trend, which is an uptrend, and you will do just fine. So this is nothing to worry about. Where this may decide to correct itself, you know, this, I don't think it's going to be too long. It's likely going to do something in regards to squaring up. You know, you might see something like this and then take it again. You'll form a bit of a range here. There is definitely the scope for further downside. The 70K level was a big one. You can see once you take that big round number, you're on the underbelly of it. You know, you could come all the way down to the sort of 60K range. Even that, I think, is a gift horse. I think it's a blessing in disguise. Don't bank on it because ultimately, you know, this market is going to continue moving higher. We've got this great fundamental narrative around Bitcoin in the broader space, and there's no reason to panic. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the fact that BlackRock are taking over Bitcoin. Now, this is BlackRock's IBIT versus MicroStrategy's holdings, and this is set to continue. It is an institutional takeover. They were not going to not benefit from all of this. And yeah, you know, you are going to see, I believe, institutions become the largest holders of Bitcoin, which is kind of interesting in regards to the whole ethos that Bitcoin was born out of, and quite contrary. Again, going back and questioning the real intent and origins behind Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin lover. I stand for the principles that Bitcoin has brought to the world. But I can't help but feel like the wrong people are behind it. And they have a greater plan for it. And I think something that gives me a degree of confidence in that is the fact that they wouldn't have allowed it to survive if it was any kind of a real threat to their establishment and the control they have over the world through the monetary systems. That's just my thoughts. Sorry, it's a bit doom and gloom on a day when we're having a pullback. I should be cheery and uplifting. But, you know, it's a question that needs to be answered. And I raise that question because I think that has broader implications for us. Very interestingly, actually, senators are now pressuring the SEC's Gensler not to approve any more crypto ETFs. The thing about these senators is they don't even understand the space to begin with to make any kind of a judgment or comment on it. You can see this is what was filed. And they're talking about taking steps to protect you guys. Okay, whilst they increase your taxes to make you poorer, whilst they continue to proliferate the monetary supply to make you poorer because most people don't own assets, you know, whilst they do drive that wedge between the rich and the poor, they don't want you guys buying crypto. because it's for your benefit. I mean, I think the people aren't stupid at this point, and they can see the irony and BS in this kind of nonsense. You are going to get an Ethereum ETF, in our opinion. I think that's very much signaled by ETH, BTC, and ETH dominance. What we're looking at here is a big continuation pattern that is, in our opinion, going to break to the upside. That's going to be accompanied with fundamental news that the technicals are early to be pointing out, and also ETH DOM. Likely going to set up for a big pattern that's going to see Ethereum gain significant market share in regards to the overall cryptocurrency market. That's what we're betting on. So ignore this. I think their attempts will be futile. Last little thing I want to talk about is Robinhood. So Robinhood crypto trading volume rose 10% in February. This is likely to continue. And you guys will remember that Robinhood was one of our stage 2 breakouts. We teach stage analysis in the Patreon. We've got courses and everything coming. We've got an entire academy coming for you guys to help you be the best investors you possibly can by understanding technically the markets. Remember, we were looking at a potential stage 1 down here, just like we were for Chainlink and many others. This was the point of break on volume. This is in an uptrend and going to continue higher, and there's going to be a crypto narrative in that, I believe. Guys, that's really all I've got for you on this fabulous Friday. I'm wishing you all a wonderful weekend. Don't panic. Do not fear. Allincrypto is here. Bull market is not cancelled. This is part and parcel for the course. Do not look a gift horse in the mouth. And yeah, I'm wishing everybody a wonderful day. That's all I've got for you. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.